we now have this separation of families. The problem I'm having is just the idea that we have a very long road or long battle ahead of us. And so what do we do about that? How do we, especially young people, have the desire and the motivation to keep that fight? Like to say that, okay, the fight that, some of our parents, continued with, or took, the challenge that they took, we are also willing to do that. Because again, if I'm more comfortable where there's no lights, where there's no issues with lights, there's no issue with, water and things like that, why won't I take that opportunity?
Now, you're asking these things, and I feel that one of the issues that we get into, and thankfully, having lived quite a few lifetimes.
Yeah.
So, having lived several decades and several lifetimes within those decades, I think it definitely has come to my realization that we tend to see things only within the time frame of our lifetime, forgetting that these things have always been.
Right.
I mean, the issue of migration and people moving from one to another
Right.
started right from the very beginning when God called Abraham out of the land of land of the Chaldees, and said, "Go to a place that I will show you." And successive generations, for some reason or another, have had reason to migrate over time. And usually it's always economically based. I mean, we all remember the story of Naomi, how she followed her husband into Moab, lost husband, 2 sons. So one of the things that I always tell young people, I said, you're not the first, you won't be the last. I graduated 40 years ago this year. 2/3 of my classmates are out of the country. And the third are here. That was 40 years ago. So, this whole thing about people relocating, it's always been.
Until next time, this is the world without people.